Hello Libras, and welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose, and this is going to be a general reading, of course. And you take what resonates and you let go of what doesn't. The whole thing might resonate or just a few parts of it. So, and everything here has been very thoroughly pre-shuffled and prayed over and prepared. So we're going to start with the Oracle of Mystical Moments and get an overview. This is sort of, to me, this is the glue that sort of holds the reading together. So what's a message for Libra? What does Libra need to know this week? What does Libra need to know this week? Okay, we have 3 cards. Ooh, I haven't gotten that card in a while. And this card keeps popping up in just about every reading. But I think that it's accurate for the times that we're in. This is a very topsy-turvy card, or the elephant is someplace he's not normally been. And he's trying to figure it out. There's keys and trees. So surrounding him there's the answer, or what he needs is right out here. And he's going to go through bit by bit, and this might be the key that unlocks his strange situation and brings him to his comfort zone, or someplace where he belongs more. So this is about being outside of your comfort zone, being in a new situation, and needing to learn some new things and needing to figure out some new things in order to not get you back into the situation where you're always comfortable, but to get you to a new comfort zone. So to the comfort zone, but your comfort zone doesn't necessarily have to be exactly where you came from or where you were last. So I think these are keys that are going to help you create a new comfort zone and become comfortable in a new part of the jungle. But you are outside your comfort zone, and everyone's been getting this card, and its meaning and my understanding of the card keeps evolving. So right now, and also it's intuitive for each reading. So this is just unlocking the keys that are going to bring you back into a comfort zone, not back, but forward into a new comfort zone. And this is figuring some things out. This is a card of like learning and developing ideas. Oh my gosh, there's like this really bright light here in this card. Where you're at is sort of this shiny, high place that you clearly didn't put yourself there. You were put here. There's some sort of divine situation going on here. There's some deep reflection too going on. But there is this light shining into your situation. So there's some fog here, some lack of clarity, but there's a light that's starting to pierce it. And that's what this initial key is that you're starting. This light that's starting to pierce the situation. And there's a lot of, there's a lot of reflection going on where you're at. What's holding you up here is a lot of self-reflection, and you do have this glorious view that you don't usually have. But there's this light and this understanding that's starting to pierce through the situation and is going to help you, get to your new normal. And then we have there's a lot going on in the head in this one. We have 2 sort of head cards here. We have Butterfly Garden, which is just really close observation. There's this flower that's growing out from you, and you are watching it, and the butterfly in your mind is watching it. So there's a transformation that's going on that you are watching very closely and carefully. You're just observing. You're not just observing, but because you also grew this flower from your heart. So you're examining your heart. You're examining some sort of transformation. And this too has this transformation, this potential transformation, this transformation that's going to be happening. Like, this elephant's not going to stay up here forever. This elephant's going to get to his comfort zone. So this is like very closely observing this transformation, I think, into your comfort zone, well, and then look, we have bloom. So you are this flower that's blooming and blossoming and growing, and you're also the observer of that. You're watching it. You're very closely analyzing this. So with these cards, I feel like your mind is awake and blooming and blossoming. And I love that this flower is pink and you are pink. So you are watching yourself sort of unfold here. And there's these sort of spiritual unfolding behind you that's not necessarily like real or concrete, but is more ethereal. And I think that's what I'm getting with this light here. This light shining is this sort of a spiritual aspect in you that is shining, and it is growing and is piercing through this fog. And then there's also just you, your hair, your mind. And this card often to me is a mind-heart connection. So we have the mind very closely observing what's growing from the heart. And in here we have sort of this spiritual, ethereal self that's growing sort of in a halo around you. So there's sort of this, this beautification here that's happening. And also, and it's very physical and it's very metaphysical. And I get that with this card for the first time. I saw that in this card too, sort of the metaphysical aspects changing. And then here we have, I feel a similar vibe of this like flower growing, and this, the butterfly is being a transformation. So you are really blooming and transforming and learning new things and being able to cut through some of you're at the beginning of being able to cut through and see through some of the fog around you and develop your new normal. Okay, so let's get into the main reading. Again, these have been thoroughly shuffled and prepared. And this is the Santa Muerte Tarot. So I'm just going to do a little preppy shuffle here. All right, Libra, this is your past. This is your present. This is your internal landscape. This is what blocks you. This is your external landscape. This is your to-do list. And this is your outcome. Okay. So in the recent past, you've cut out a lot of things. There's been sort of a harvesting, which is also sort of a cutting out of things, and like a, this is the Nine of Wands. So you have, there's been some unsettled energy, and you've, and some sharpness. You've required some sharpness to cut out some things from your life, some weeds that weren't really working, or to harvest some passions. Maybe you grew some passions, because this Wands deck like follows sort of these plants from the moment that they're planted to their instinctual growth as they reach for the light. And then this is the 9, so we're at the moment of completion. So you've completed a cycle, you've completed something in your life, some sort of inspiration. It was time to harvest that inspiration. And either you needed to, or both, you needed to cut something out of your life that was done and was maybe weeds and not useful. But also this can be a card of that transition between a plant and a produce, a plant and a product. A wheat, I'm allergic to wheat, so So this plant, one minute it's a plant, the next minute it's, you know, just this organic garbage and your wheat berries that you're going to grind and turn into flour and complete this process. So there's some sort of transformation, something has happened where there was a harvest or a cutting down, but this is passions. So I'm really thinking that what's happened is it was harvest time, and it was time, this thing, this idea, this passion that you've grown in your recent past, you have looked at it and said it's ready to be harvested, and you went out and you harvested it and brought it in to nourish you. In your present situation, you have this 8 of Swords. This is a real battle. This is attacks. This is deeply unsettled energy, a storm in your mind, or people attacking your ideas, or this is, you know what, I haven't looked anything up lately, but the 8 of Swords feels difficult for me to read right now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it from the book. This is the quiet before the storm. Oh, great. That's where you're at right now. That's your present situation. Quiet before the storm, a balance of opposites destined to be brief and to explode with violence and thunder. The 8 of Swords, with its stability, risks causing frustration by delaying a conflict that needs to be externalized. Therefore, we need to find the way to rationally bring this to the surface without fearing the necessary transformations. So you have a transformation that's happening, and you need to communicate about it and get in front of it. So this is the calm before the storm. Okay, these swords haven't yet hit their mark. So this is a lot of communication and ideas that are coming at you, and you need to process them. So this is saying it's the calm before the storm. So maybe you see some conflict coming towards you. You see that there's going to be conflict. You see that there's going to be a battle. You're not there yet. You don't want to engage yet. You're facing it head on. There's a lot of unsettled energy and potential for pain. Okay, so in your internal landscape, you are the hermit. So you have, internally, you are really looking at, this is sort of, to me, this is the cocoon. This is the cocoon that this butterfly goes into. So you've sort of cocooned your private, maybe what's going on is internally, you're feeling very private about what you're doing. You've done this harvest perhaps, and you're wrestling with inner demons. You can see that this conflict is coming towards you. You do not want to engage in it. You want to be by yourself in your cocoon where you're very happy, and you're looking to your own light. You're wrestling your own demons. You're in your internal place is the most internal card you can have. So you're really looking within. This is like multi-layers of looking within. And then what's blocking you is this King of Pentacles. So this is a man who has his treasure. He's keeping his treasure. He's bringing his treasure home. So this is a possessiveness. It's in what's blocking you. So it's not the best reading of this card. So this is a possessiveness and a greediness. And maybe, you can see this external conflict coming at you. You want to keep it internal. And this is you holding on to the conflict and saying, no, I'm really comfortable keeping everything to myself, not sharing what's going on, not sharing anything. I've got my situation over here, and I do not want to share it with anyone. I'm privately observing things. And then we also have this elephant that has has been possessed a little bit here. This grounded energy is being a little possessed here. So we have this like, this wealth that might be in your way, this blocking energy of holding on, of not quite having what you need. Libra is always really hard for me because I'm a Libra, so I don't want to hear messages from myself, or like, I'm not liking this message right now, so I kind of want to finesse it to be a little better. Like, I liked the beginning here, but this path before us, I don't like it, and I want it to be more pleasant. So in your environment, we have this like, this is 7 of Wands, and this is a forest that is rapidly growing. So you have this rapid growth all around you. This situation of rich, it's a little unsettled of how fast these trees have rocketed up. So there's some unsettled, there's this rapid growth. I mean, this is the 7 of the suit. So you've planted, you've watered, and this is just the point in a process where something is shooting up very rapidly. And that's going on in your environment. Your to-do list is this 9 of Pentacles. So we have a couple wands and a couple pentacles and a couple swords here. This isn't like a real heart-filled week here. We don't have any cups. Our major arcana is your internal landscape. So there's definitely something major going on within you, which we're seeing right here and right here, this major internal stuff happening. Externally, it's not a major, but we have a rapid growth externally. And then your to-do list is this 9 of Pentacles. Your garden is growing. There's again this like unsettled energy, and you're moving on to bigger and better things. But the thing is, this is in your advice column, and I usually read the advice straight from here. And I would like to, I mean, not usually, sometimes I do. So we're going to do the 9 of Pentacles. Properly evaluate the limits within which you can expand, and you will manage to realize and consolidate even beyond what you can see and touch. So this is like a similar energy to this one, is this rapid growth. And when you're really looking at, you're supposed to really look at the situation, really analyze it, and things are even going to grow even beyond what you thought possible. So, but you need to like analyze your situation and look at it. You are the farmer here. In this deck, the Pentacles are a real farming situation. And so you need to, you've succeeded in your harvest, and you've succeeded beyond what you thought was possible. And the message is to continue working towards new possibilities once you've succeeded with what you have. But this again, and this is your other Pentacles card, this blocking you, this holding on a little too tightly. This could be an actual person that's blocking you, or just an energy that's around you that's blocking you, and a holding on and a greediness. And this is saying be realistic, but the more realistic you are, the better your returns can be in this farming situation, in this harvest that we've started with these wands. So we have a real harvesting energy. We have the wands starting with the harvest, that transition between growing something and having the fruits of your labors. There's some conflict, and all around you is this rapid growth, and then your job is to continue looking to the future, continue looking to growing this heart flower. And then in your future, we have the King of Swords. We have this could be a person or an energy that you'll be coming into, of just fully owning your truth, your communication. You have a fairness and a balance to you. You've seen it all. You've been through it all. And you're ready to share your truths and what you've learned. You're really in charge. This is the mastery of the suit. So, and the suit is about truth, is about communication. So either someone is going to come into your life that that does have this mastery, or this masterful communication, this masterful truth that they're going to be offering you and bringing to you, or it's you yourself, or it's you yourself are going to be stepping into this king of communication energy, of a full possession, a full realization of your own ideas and your own communications and what exactly you are here to say. All right, Libra, well, good luck with this week, and please do comment and like and subscribe. Subscribing means that you can you'll be alerted when my next weekly batch is out, and it helps my channel grow and find other viewers that need these messages. So have a wonderful week, Libras.